We're bringing you the most interesting conversations from Flame 2017. With me now is Andrew Walker from Cheniere Marketing. Andrew, thank you very much for your time today and talking to us. Let's talk LNG, because you gave a presentation on the first day of Flame all about US exports and LNG. How do you see that market developing?
Well, there are currently 6 projects under development in the US for LNG exports. My company, Cheniere, is developing 2 of those, and the first of those projects at Sabine Pass started exporting just over a year ago. So we have now done just over 100 cargoes from that facility, and because those cargoes are destination flexible, can go anywhere in the world, we've seen them go to 20 markets, approximately half of all importers already in just 1 year.
And do you think that is going to be a healthy market, the export market for them?
Yeah, we see continuing demand growth for LNG as we look out into the future. We will need new supplies sometime just after 2020 to fill a coming supply-demand gap, emerging supply-demand gap in that time period. And we think new projects will be required to fill that coming supply-demand gap.
Now, if you and I had been standing here this time last year, we probably would have been talking about the coming wave of LNG and the glut that was forecast. What happened, and where does Cheniere see that happening?
Okay, well, there've been some very good presentations at the conference on why the glut didn't happen in 2016. Some suppliers underperformed. Some demand outperformed. We didn't see the expected glut wave of LNG hit Europe. As we look forward, we don't like to talk about a glut at Cheniere. We like to talk about an abundance, an increased availability of LNG, cost-competitive LNG, that we think will help new markets emerge, existing markets manage their demands, their gas market uncertainties. Okay,
well, you've mentioned markets. I mean, where do you think the new markets are?
Well, we're seeing new markets emerge all the time. FSRUs, ship-based regas, is helping new markets emerge. Of the 24 markets that emerged in just over the last decade, 14 of them were facilitated by FSRUs. And in particular, 3 of those, which were new markets as of 2015, Egypt, Pakistan, Jordan, those were in the top 6 growth markets in 2016. So not only can these markets emerge quite quickly, they can grow quite quickly, and we think that's a good thing for supply-demand as we look forward.
Okay, well, let's just say you and I were standing here, say 5 years in the future. What would we be talking about?
We're going to be talking about the next part of the cycle. So we have coming abundance. If we don't look forward and we don't put the next supply projects in, we'll be sitting here in 5 years' time, standing here in 5 years' time, I guess, talking about a scarcity. It's the cyclical nature of the LNG industry. So we need to be thinking ahead, thinking about the next wave of projects, and we would, as a US developer, suggest that the abundant low-cost gas in the US, which Cheniere is making accessible to exports, there will be a second wave of US LNG exports, probably expansions of the existing projects, for example, Sabine Pass that I talked about.
And just finally, we are here at Flame 2017. Has it been a good conference for you? Good conversations?
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some great presentations, some great conferences. It's always a great networking conference. You can hear the people networking in the coffee break now. I thought this morning there was a great discussion about the long-term outlook for gas, long-term future and role of gas in the energy transition. And I think this year's Flame has been very much more buoyant. The mood has been much more buoyant than last year. We had the low oil prices just before Flame last year. There's an exuberance and an optimism back in Flame. So I think it's been a great experience this year.
Absolutely, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Andrew, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.